there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 with this Prussian campaign. Last time around we had a large battle against the Danish, however we were unable to destroy their force. Or I guess more importantly, they were not able to destroy our force. But it was not decisive enough that we were able to push the advantage to destroy the Danish, send them out. Which means they still hold control of this region, which has a high resupply rate. Which means in the long run, they are the ones that are winning still with this situation. Which I do not like. So what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna try to see if I can get Prussia to actually cross over and get into this side to get that kind of replenishment. Because with the current situation, we're not gonna have Prince. What is he called? Prince Louis Ferdinand. Go ahead and help him, because we've got another more or less full stack of French troops coming into Saxony. Problem is here, I'm not entirely sure how to stop them. But I think my plan will be as follows. We will have the Prince move to secure this bridge. And then I'm hoping that the French are going to attack here. Thing is, they could very well try to go for Berlin, which would be a massive blunder. So we're going to take these Linien-Anhalt troops. And we're gonna send them up at this bridge and hopefully stop the French if they come through there. They still, as we see, they still actually have the possibility of going at that bridge. Which... I'm hoping they still go ahead and attack these guys. They could walk around. I don't think that Berlin is their target. I think Saxony is like the AI's target. So hopefully that will work out. We've got Russian troops coming in. I believe this is Kutuzov. Yes, it is. And we got Russians marching in across our land, which is good. And we have the Russian Navy coming on. And I believe they actually sunk a... I think it was a French fleet out there somewhere. So I think it looks like we're winning the naval battle. I think this though was a Spanish navy. We do have the... oh, we have the British landing another force. A full stack. To try and capture Madrid. Which could be interesting. Also the Ottomans are sending a navy. They're only at war with me, so there's only one target for that Ottoman force. It's a rather large navy, so that I won't be able to sink that. What I need to do then is I need to like use next turn's basically all the money I've got there to get Britain to declare war on the Ottomans and hopefully sink their navy, because I don't think we will be able to handle a full stack, more or less, of Ottoman troops landing somewhere on our shores, as well as all that I've got right now. So I'm actually thinking about how I'm gonna be able to maybe sign some kind of peace treaty with the French, because they're gonna just keep coming here, and I mean right now it doesn't look very good. I'm gonna go ahead and end turn, and we hope that the French move here. They move to Berlin. I don't even know what I have there. Still have the Lippentruppe can fall back to Berlin. There's so many decisions, and none of them are good. Yeah, we're gonna end turn and see what happens. Hopefully the gods are on our side. Right, so a very interesting turn of events. Well, first of all, they burned down the college here, or attacked it. The broken down force over here. We've got poverty control laws though. What were we researching here that didn't go through? The metric system. I was like one turn away from getting the metric system. Bloody assholes. More troops have been recruited in Brandenburg, which is really good. Pomerania got an extra recruit slot, so we can recruit some Fusiliers. Let's take a look at where the Ottoman Navy is. I can't see it. Last time it was here somewhere, so it's probably still on our way. The British Army is continuing forwards. But you're wondering, of course, what happened to the French force? Well, so their target is, I guess, Dresden, and they're gonna go for Dresden no matter what, to the point where they're gonna bypass Berlin just to attack Dresden, which means now we can trap the French in between the troops we have in Berlin and the Prince, which is great. The thing is, the Danish are building up my province, so I don't really. I would like kinda to burn the supply warehouse, but at the same time the Danish are building it up for me, so doesn't mind that much. And right now we're building up extra troops, so that will be good. However, as I said, kind of in the long run, it doesn't look good for us holding on to Saxony. So see if we can get a really good blow against the French, and with that hopefully temporarily put ourselves out of the war just for a second or two. Also, before we go ahead and do the battle against next to what's it called, Berlin, we're gonna see if we can get Britain in joining the war. We will be joining their war if they're, and I'm gonna give them technology, and I'm gonna give them, let's say, 5,000. That should be enough, I hope. Nice. So, okay, the Great Britain is now at war with the Ottoman Empire, and hopefully will sink their fleet. I hope. Given what I gave them, I'm hoping that was enough. Now the question is if I can get Sweden to join my war against Denmark. Wait. Oh, I thought France was on the list, which would be kind of odd. I'm gonna pay you the rest of the money then, like 2,300. 2,300. Oh, I should have thought as much. They weren't gonna say yes to that. Field ambulance would be really nice if I could get. No, I mean, I give them 3 technologies to 1. Why wouldn't they want that? Same with the the Russians here. 4 to 1. Still rejected. Look at this now. Oh, I thought I had more to give them. 2 against 1. No. Why does no one want to? We are allies. Why don't you want to trade with me? Well, the good thing is that I do have the money left, so I can actually use that to recruit something. So I'm recruiting Saxon Schutzen there, which I think will be good. Silesian Musketeers, they're actually pretty good. 20 accuracy and 30 morale. So we'll get 5 of those. Silesian Landwehr is probably, I think they're better than the normal ones. Along the Orda River region inhabited by Poles and Czechs. These soldiers are armed with muskets and I think they're pretty good. Or, I mean, 18 and 25 morale. That's sort of... These guys have 16 and 20. And my normal, like, line infantry and Prussian musketeers have 18, 25. And this Landwehr had 18, 25. So that, and it's pretty cheap. So we could do with some of those as well, even though if we just put them on guard duty somewhere. Right, without further ado, I think we'll go ahead and attack. What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna use these guys in the battle. I'm gonna put these guys back to defend this in case these guys move that way. But, right, the Prince to attack the French. It is a bridge battle now. I just kind of realized. Because they're on a bridge. Right. They have a lot of Bavarian troops. It's almost, you know what? It's almost all Bavarian troops. It's just a few French. Right. There's nothing much to say here, is there? So without further ado, let's go ahead and attack. And here we have the river. So, as always, there's two places to cross, and obviously the wading spot is a lot better because you can get a lot more troops over. I will, however, put some troops over to possibly cross the bridge. We'll see how that goes. The 12-pounders will start with them actually being deployed, ready to bombard the enemy on the other side. And then we'll have the grenadiers and the Jaegers cross the river first. I'm going to use the smaller 3-pounder cannons to actually roll them over and use canister on this side of the river, hopefully. And yeah, with that said, let's go ahead and start. I'm going to send these guys over first. And just in case, I'm thinking maybe we'll put the oh, are they shooting for the general? No, they're not. They're probably shooting for these guys because they have already lost a few troops. They actually hit my bloody cavalry. Pretty good shot there. Took lots of men out of my... Damn, these cannons, not only are they firing really fast, they're being bloody accurate as well. But we'll break these Bavarians soon enough. I'm hoping, since they have, I can see a troop over here, that they've put, like, spread out their troops a lot. Seems like there's nothing close here, so we'll order the rest of the army to cross. And we'll set up to protect here. I'll have this scout unit move closer to the river to actually see what's across. Because right now the only thing we can see is these Bavarian grenadiers. But I'm hoping I'm actually hoping that there are more troops over there. And if they're not, then hopefully they'll send more troops over. Now, even though these guys had accurate fire, they can't really compare with, you know, the twice the caliber and twice the guns. But they're damned accurate, these French cannoneers. And they are cutting into the side. They seem to be constantly, like, really just laying down the shots there very accurately. Right, we have crossed. The Jaegers will move there, and the Grenadiers will set up on their side to protect the infantry that's moving over, and the cannons, and now also the Hussars. We'll move the general over to this side, and I'll have this sappers. What I think we'll do, I don't know where I should put down the spikes. If I should put them down on, given that the enemy has gotten these close now with their infantry and their cavalry and such. Okay, line infantry needs to get into place. Are you guys not firing? Best to have them retire. They're not going for them though. They're going for the grenadiers. Which I'm not entirely sure that that's a really clever idea by the enemy cavalry. Can we get a 12-pounders firing flank shots into this? We've lost 10 grenadiers so far, so it's not that bad. Maybe it is best to put the spikes here just in case everything goes to shit and the enemy cavalry tries to cross. The flank fire from these regiments gonna be pretty darn nice. If the grenadiers hold, which I believe they will. Jesus Christ, how did you guys lose so many men? What? Just by... Oh, it's those... Is that shitty thing where the enemy charge and... Or when the cavalry charges and your troops somehow still manage to lose troops even though the enemy doesn't actually contact with you? It's those Chevalier Garde. Chevalier Chasseur à Cheval de la Garde that are doing the hurt because, well, it's a really big unit and also they're really strong. Blucher is over though to inspire the men. God damn it that I lost so many grenadiers. What is going on over here? Barders and line infantry, how are they being able to shoot down my musketeers so well?
Our men are running, sir.
Jesus Christ, these shitty French troops! Can't you just... Eventually, it seems as though the French suffered enough casualties to gonna be defeated here. But God. Oh, what's going on here? Shit, why did I not notice that? That the French actually moved across the river. Okay, this is turning out to be a disaster for the prince and his army. You know what? Don't deploy the spikes. We're gonna retreat across the river now. There's not much we can do about it. Jesus Christ. Let's see if we can at least blast down this unit from the bridge. So on 2, let's gain as much, we can gain a lot of ground here, I think. And I mean, I'll have 4 units on them. We'll form some units into a square. Oh, we've got our reinforcements coming in here from the other bridge. Hold your fire, you're just shooting allies at this point. I want the 12-pounders really to break down our cavalry as we flee across the river. Infantry. God damn it. I'm gonna need those spikes, and hopefully you can save these cannons. Shit. The hussars getting attacked. These crappy troops. Go onto the hill.
Our men are running.
God damn it. Jaegers. Put your spikes down. Get my cannons across. What are we doing over here? This one's lost 60 men. This one's lost 40 men. But we have inflicted quite a bit of damage on these grenadiers. An entire unit is dead. No, it's my cannons. My smaller cannons were destroyed. One of them were completely destroyed. Okay, what I want to do is we're gonna try to trap the enemy in between the line infantry and the canister. And we'll see how that goes. Shit. Bloody hell.
Our men are running.
My hussars managed to chase those guys away. Maybe, just maybe. Oh, it just like saved these guys. What? They managed to send one of the line infantries away. But now that they're actually kind of marching off the bridge, a lot of their cover is gonna go. And we're gonna shoot them down. But jeez, we lost a unit there. God damn it. Come on, break these guys already. Oh, we're not laying full fire into them. No wonder we weren't really breaking them. Same time, we kind of salvaged the situation over here for a little bit.
Our men are running, sir.
Damn it. The Anhalten troops managed to get this unit. Will they get the Voltigeurs though? These guys definitely gonna come back, of course. Having canisters sprayed across. Let's see what's going on here. The Grenadiers were defeated, but at a heavy cost. Let's see if we can cross here then. Deal with the French. Having them crossing the river, going into canister and heavy gunfire definitely works in our favor. Let's see if you can close in. These troops are not doing too well. Those voltigeurs need to be taken out. Especially now when they're pushing in troops in the flank over here. This is not going to work well for us. This flank fire though is going to work wonders on the enemy. However, this guy needs to fall back at this point, given the superior firepower of the enemy. The question is, you know what? We need to move them. Like, we need to have moved them yesterday. I think that could work. Now these two next to each other, ready to take on the Bavarian Grenadiers. Make sure that that unit's not gonna come back. These three, you know what, retreat up the hill. Set up there. And the French troops that were crossing this side have more or less been destroyed. But damn, it cost us a lot of troops. We have quite a few units being able to cross here. The infantry will line up and then wait for these two to join in, while the cavalry will make haste to get out and take that one. Okay, I don't think there's going to be any risk of the French crossing the river at this point. How are these guys doing? Not too well, it must be said. But then again, the French general just ordered the Bavarian Grenadiers to move back towards the river. Oh, wrong. I got this unit as well, which wasn't part of the plan. Boom. Our French cannon is gone. We got loads of French troops retreating. I'm gonna need us to get as many of these guys as possible. I don't want to fight these guys more than necessary. But now we're gonna have to cross the river again. And we do have one unit of Fathers and line infantry stopping us. I want these two to move up like that, and then the rest will prepare to cross under the cover as well of cannon fire. Nice, chasing down a load of these. And then we have these 5 units marching up. The Grenadiers are back. We broke that unit. think we're gonna have to meet them in a bayonet charge. If we intend to cross the river today. Hold fire as you're likely just to cause friendly fire. I think I have enough soldiers here to cross the river. The first unit's probably not going to do so hot. But they will reach. With the aid of Prussia. And we smashed through their lines. And the reason why I took that risk is because in a prolonged firefight, yeah, these Anhaltleinen is not going to do too well. The troops of Anhalten are very poor troops. These guys. Even though column doesn't help, I guess. Maybe it does a little bit. Now we're gonna trap the enemy in between us. And that is how we will break the French. So there's only 2 French units left. Sounded like these guys were charging. The Grenadiers. Oh, there's 2 Grenadier units. Bloody Bavarians. You'll suffer. As you are now trapped. Oh, we have a new unit coming in. Order them to stop and fire immediately. And that volley was enough to break the French, leaving only 1 French. I shouldn't say French because most of this army was German troops under French command. And they were victorious, but at a heavy cost. It was that initial, like, shock of the fact that the French cavalry was able to break through my lines. And they were, I mean, those were thick lines. They were already like squares. But they were able to break them through with what cavalry they had, and those kind of poor cavalry charges. The thing was, they were supporting them with infantry as well. So I think what I should have done is probably I should probably formed square earlier, and should have probably retreated sooner back across the river. But victory is still ours, and we've beaten yet another French army. But I don't know how many more of these battles we can win before we lose the war. We destroyed the French army down to just 800 men. We deployed 5,000 men, and we still have 4,000, so that's pretty good. Quite a few team kills in this battle as well, I can see, as there's a discrepancy of what? 200 soldiers again? Thing is, replenishment rate in this region is so great that we will get them back within no time. And the good thing is that we brought down the French army more or less. These guys will retreat back to their capital. And hopefully we'll have the Saxon Schutzen there ready to help out. We'll try to pursue these guys. I guess we'll have to bring everyone except the cannons. And we'll pursue the French over here, and hopefully I will able to out-resolve this one. 700 men, still quite high in favor of the enemy. Out-resolve just in case. 500 men, and he gained mention in dispatches, morale in battle, and corporal and golden braids, even more morale, and then 1 command leading infantry. Very nice. The only thing is that, of course, the cannons not going to get any replenishment this turn around. Hope they don't get attacked. Get good replenishment there though, so I kind of turned it around for a little bit. We've got yet another French army coming in, but our position is pretty stable, and I've got tons of troops coming in pretty soon, being recruited from all over the place. Then we'll send over. The only thing can kind of upset it is, I guess if this is like more Danish armies turning up, and that Ottoman force, wherever that is, if those guys turn up, that's going to be bad. But we did manage to get England to declare war on them, or Great Britain, I mean. So that's nice, and hopefully they won't sue for peace. I'm trying still at some point here to get Sweden to declare war on Denmark. I managed to get them as an ally, so that should hopefully put some points towards that. It's very nice. And Blucher should hopefully be ready to attack the Danish army, and he will be in a lot better position. I've got a lot of good replenishment here. So yeah, now I'm quite confident in my position. I think even this group, since it's so large, the thing is all the units are kind of broken up, so even if they attack here, they'll get you know, extra troops and stuff, or if they go for Berlin. I think we're pretty safe. I'm just hoping that the Russians come in to aid us. Like, if we could fill this area here with all the Russian troops that are on the way all over this area, that would be pretty nice. What are they getting all the... suddenly they're all so happy. Which I don't get. Why did we suddenly get so happy? It says that we're actually losing popularity, but I mean, everyone's really happy all over the place for some reason. Except like Saxony and a few conquered areas. But yeah, there we have it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!